a single mom. I'm covered in tattoos. I ride a Harley. I don't look like a churchgoer. I grew up elementary-wise in a very legalistic church. Everything had to be just right. Got married, had kids, switched churches, and got really involved with the choir and all of the cantatas and directing the drama piece of that, and just super involved. I was always super, super involved. And then divorce happened. I started to pull back because I felt that I couldn't be involved in all these things as a divorced single mom. That wasn't what I was taught was of God. You know, my grandpa, who was very, still on his dying day, was still very legalistic, and Jamie, you better get right. I pray for you every day. Jamie, you're gonna go to hell with all those tattoos. Jamie. So that added to it. When I got divorced, I left with a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. I was 29. I left church at 29 during a very crucial time for me and for my kids. I wasn't in church for 10 years. Well, last year, Mom was begging me, Jamie, just come to the family reunion. Just come. Okay, fine. Come on, Josie, let's go to the family reunion. Let's make Mom happy. It'll be fine. So we go. We were down at Brookside. We see something going on up at the top pavilion. We're like, man, there's a lot of people up there, Wonder what's going on. Well, about that time, God sent Jessica and Chuck and the kids down from the pavilion to their car, which had to pass us. So we're sitting there talking and catching up because we used to go to church with her and her sisters and her dad, Pastor Keith. She's like, Jamie, you should come to New Life. Nope. And she just kept reaching out. Hey, just want to let you know I'm praying for you guys. See how your week was. She reminded me that you guys stream your services. Okay. You know what? Here we go. I said, you know what, Lord? I said, I'm going to go to bed on Saturday night, and I'm not setting an alarm clock. And if it's meant for me to wake up to hear this service, I'm going to do it without an alarm clock. Well, the Lord said, well, I got that. Church starts at 10, but you're going to be up at 7. I turned on the service. It was the first week of This Is My Story. And I sat there in my room folding laundry while I'm listening to this, and it was Aaron. And I'm listening, and I'm like, well, if that's his story, why is he telling my story? And I texted Jessica afterwards, and I said, I just want you to know baby steps. I said, I listened online today, and I said, and I felt like it was just for me. And in amongst the week, Pastor Keith had reached out or ran into my mom. Mom didn't know that I was listening online or that I'd been in such communication with Jessica. And she calls me and she goes, I ran into Jessica and Pastor Keith and we were talking about New Life and I think I might visit. I already had planned to go that Sunday. I get up that Sunday morning, I get dressed. Again, self-conscious. What am I gonna wear? I don't wanna be judged. It's early, I'm ready really early. I call Mom and I said, what are you doing? I said, are you ready for church? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, I'm coming to pick you up. And she goes, I'm already in the parking lot. So I turned in the parking lot and we're the only cars here. We were here early. We didn't know what to expect. So I jump in her car and we're sitting there talking. And Stephanie was standing at the door. She was the greeter that morning. She kept looking out. She comes walking out to the car. She goes, "Is there something I can help you guys with?" "Nope, we're just waiting on our friend." She's like, "Well, we look forward to seeing you in there." "Okay." And I'm like, "Well, somebody knows we're here. We can't leave." So we come in, and there was Stephanie greeting and Mel's bubbly smile. And from the moment I walked in the door, I felt peace. I walked into a home. I'm gonna sit in the back. I'm gonna coast through, spend some time getting a lay of the land, figure this out. And then I get a message that we had somebody that had to cancel. Can you help us with Embrace Grace? I'm like, no. I'd only been here like a month. No, I'm not where I need to be. I'm not a reflection yet. That didn't happen. And I went down and I started helping. And I remember being a little nervous because I get very hot. And I had a sweater on to cover up my tattoos. And I asked Heidi and Jessica and Carrie, said, "I'm burning up. Do you think it'll be okay? I have a short sleeve shirt on under this." And they were like, "Well, yeah, it's fine." I was like, "I don't know." Shelly comes down, and I didn't know her as Shelly. I just knew her as, "That's the pastor's wife." And I said, "Do you think it's okay?" I said, "I'm really hot. Is it okay if I take my sweater off?" And she goes, "Are you kidding me? Why would that matter?" I'm like, why would it matter? Because my whole life I was told it mattered. And through that time, I was able to get to know the Embrace Grace girls. Through my tattoos, we shared a common bond. I was always told that, the things that I've done, the things that I've said, my tattoos, my piercings, the this, the that, it would keep me away and I would never be able to be used. And that morning I was used. There was a purpose for all the hurt, the pain, the years out of church, those experiences, those poor relationship decisions. There was a purpose. So currently, I'm really trying to have a friendship, intentional time, learning my purpose. But I'm doing that through being able to hear his voice. If I know him, I know his voice. I know his direction. Then I just have to be obedient.